Baltic International Center for Economic Policy Studies, together with Stockholm School of Economics in Riga, surveyed and interviewed returned migrants in all three Baltic countries to find out why they came back, what are they doing after returning, and how being back home makes them feel.
Life events. So falling in love, my children are starting school, family planning, a new job, looking for a new job. So they are not independent of perhaps thinking about moving back, of longing for the Latvian or Estonian nature and countryside, or the lifestyle of not having the, working crazy hours lifestyle, which is what a lot of people had in London. But all those reasons accumulate and almost there needs to be something that activates it. Having said that, one of the interesting things that came out of the data is that especially in Lithuania and Latvia, families are thinking about this. So they are very much attached to the Latvian and Lithuanian heritage, the language. And when they choose to return, having their children in Latvian or Lithuanian schools is one of the biggest factors. They say, I want my children to learn my language, to be part of that culture, to be part of the rituals and festivities and be close to the grandparents.
But pandemic played an important role in the last 2 years in terms of these flows of people across borders.
There was a online, offline, on-site hybrid education, and it was very unpredictable. So they often decided to come home for a period before moving abroad again, continuing their studies online. But then it was complete chaos, and eventually a lot of them got tired of it. So they took internships and jobs in Latvia, and they are staying now.
Findings showed that the pandemic alone was both a reason and a catalyst, accelerating life events and leading to decisions to return. Two types of returnees emerged from the research data. One group had been thinking about returning, but without a specific time in mind. These feelings and the opportunity to return played out against the backdrop of having thought of returning before. For them, the pandemic sped up the decision to return. At the core of the reasons, such as missing people and their home, align with the reasons found important before the pandemic. However, loneliness and longing intensified and catalyzed the decision-making process from contemplation to action. The other group felt such an impact on their livelihood and employment that they returned without prior contemplation of doing so. This was especially true at the beginning of the pandemic, when the economy was halted. For this group of migrants who returned early in the pandemic, their daily lives collapsed, so they decided to return to Latvia quickly. They also contemplated leaving quickly, but the global situation remained very complicated. Lockdowns, quarantines, changing regulations and cost of leaving, combined with the lack of funds, resulted in them staying. At the same time, a relatively large number of respondents also see the positive impact of the pandemic. The opportunity to slow down the daily race and understand their true wishes and values, as well as learn to constantly plan time, gain new experience, and develop their personal growth.